Before anything else, I would like to introduce myself. Okay, so I am Ryan Alexander Lim. I'm a registered nurse from the Philippines. At the same time, I am a USRN. So I'm currently in Pennsylvania, USA. So I am a nurse educator by profession. Okay, so let us start with our lecture proper or all about pancreatitis. So we have acute pancreatitis. So this is how we do the lecture, guys, no? Okay, like for example, number one, so I started like with the ADPI. So para yung flow of the disorder is very, very understandable, no? So we want to make sure that each student can understand what we are lecture because of course, guys, aside from uh, the Q&A, the Q&A portion or in the later part of the program also, okay, we will have your importante dito is maintindihan talaga ang isang disorder, no? Okay. So, of course, first is assessment. So, yung assessment in the nursing process, we are talking about the risk factors. Okay? So speaking about the risk factors, what are the risk factors of pancreatitis? So, unang-una, ang pinaka, okay? Or shall we say the most common here is alcoholism. Okay, so I would like you to highlight, if you have your highlighter out there, okay, especially for those who are going to take the May examination, di ba? Highlight this one. So, if you suspect pancreatitis based on the signs and symptoms, guys, okay, so you have to ask if the patient has a history of being an alcoholic. Gumagapang na ba sa kalasingan? Every day ba? Okay, so of course, this is the number one, okay? This is considered as the most, okay? This is considered as the most common cause of acute pancreatitis. Okay, so if you remember one of the actor ko yan, diba? They tag it as alcoholism or acute pancreatitis, I mean. Okay, so we have the most common. Okay, so tanongin mo, palagi ka bang umiinom? Everyday ba? May mga tao ganyan, everyday class, hindi nabubuhay kapag hindi umiinom, no? Okay. So, alcoholism, you have to ask for the history of being an alcoholic. Okay? So, another one is, this is very common in male. So, I'm talking about pancreatitis, not the alcoholism. Okay. I'm talking about the pancreatitis, guys. Okay. Male, 40 to 45 years old. Okay? So that is from Brunner and Sudarto. So there's a study regarding that one. Okay. So good morning, Sir Ryan. Hi, Ma'am Jane. Okay, Sir Reynald. Okay, good evening from your side. So common in men, 40 to 45 years old, is the pancreatitis, not the alcoholism. But alcoholism is the most common risk factor or cause. Okay. Now, how about, let's go to number two. Okay. Number two is we have your biliary disorder. So, a history of stones obstruction. Okay? So, especially class if there is the stone class in the common bile duct. No? Okay, so it could be cholelithiasis, okay, in the gallbladder or cholelithiasis, no, in the common bile duct. So, another one is the biliary disorder. So, I think I can have this one as cholelithiasis as the cause. Cholelithiasis. Okay. Okay, it could be again in the gallbladder or cholelithiasis, which is in the common bile duct. But there is a stone obstruction, guys. Okay, so for the stones, guys, it's as a risk factor. It's common in female. Okay, so sa female pala ang biliary disorder history. What is HX, sir? That means history. But of course, guys, the number one cause is alcoholism. Number one cause is alcoholism, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So again, number two. Your number two is the biliary disorder history. So stone obstruction. So we have your cholelithiasis. And last one is common in female, 50 to 55 years old. That is according to the study, guys. Okay. So you don't have to ask, bakit sir? Okay. That's according to the study from Brunner and Sudart. Okay. Number three, obesity. Okay. So another risk factor is obesity. So it could be related to your fatty foods, no? Okay, so the diet that is high in fats. So I will give example later on when we will go to the nursing management. Okay, so high in fat or high fats, no? Or high fatty foods. Okay. So, especially class, perfect example is palaging nasa, saan? Almost every day in the fast foods. Okay. So, again, the diet that is high in fat. Okay. So, of course, perfect example is the fast foods. When you look at Jollibee and McDo class, right? Diba? Look at the environment of Jollibee and McDo. So enticing. And when you hear the music of Jollibee, diba? And McDo or Jollibee, you become what? You become a fast eater. Jollibee. The vibration is so again high in fats. And of course, number 4, we have your infection. Okay, but your infection is less common. So it could be either viral, okay, the viral infection, or we have your bacterial infection. Okay, the viral infection and the bacterial infection, guys. Okay, so again, so since we are having a class here, okay, so if you want to copy, okay, so copy those things, guys. Okay, copy those things. Okay, so basta what I would like you to highlight is your alcoholism. Okay, so alcoholism, guys. All right. Okay, now how about next? We'll go now to the pathophysiology. So, of course, this is now the part of the diagnosis, no? Okay, so what is happening here, sir? So, basically, by the way, your pancreas, guys, is located here. This is in the mid-epigastric region. So, it's located, of course, it is branching from the common bile duct. So, we have a pancreatic duct. So, it is also the neighbor of the gallbladder and the liver. Okay, so here we go. Let's go to the pathophysiology. Okay. So what happened here is we have your damaged pancreatic cells. First and foremost, before we go to the pathophysiology class, I would like to show it to you the normal pattern, no? Kung anong normal na nangyari, okay? Like for example, if you are eating mga pagkain class, okay? So it has the nutrients. What are the nutrients of the food that you are eating? We have your carbohydrate, we have your protein, okay? And we have your fats. Okay, no, this is the normal muna, ha? Okay, then we have, for example, class, this is the bloodstream. Okay, so if you are eating, for example, you are eating bread, carbohydrates. So this pancreas class is secreting the enzymes. Okay, what are the enzymes that the pancreas are excreting? So this is the normal muna, ha? Okay, so this is from the pancreas, so it will excrete your amylase. Okay, so si amylase class ang mag-break down sa protein para magiging glucose. So pag glucose na, it will be absorbed into the blood. Okay, normal muna tayo, ha? Para maintindihan natin abnormal later on. Then after that one, the pancreas will also secrete your trypsin. Okay, so I think I need to make this one yellow. So that's why, so that it will be. So we have your trypsin. So what is the trypsin doing? It will break down the protein so that it will become amino acid. So the amino acid will be the one that will be absorbed into the blood. Okay. And then the next one, guys, is for the fats. So what will the pancreas secrete? Ladies and gentlemen who are in the master class, what will the pancreas secrete that will break down the fats? Yeah, cholelithiasis and okay, very good, sir. Alexis and Ma'am Leslie. Yes, and also shout out to Ma'am Rizanet. Okay. So it will also, secrete or it will let the lipase flow. So the lipase will be the one to break down the fats. So lipids, okay? So it will go to the body lipids. That is the normal, okay? That is the normal thing. That is the normal what is happening class or one of the function of your pancreas. No? Okay. So here we go. So for the pathophysiology, if you are drinking lots and lots of alcohol, so there is a history, guys, of gumagapang sa kalasingan. Okay, so nurses, what will happen here? Ma-damage ang pancreatic cells. Okay, so damage of the pancreatic cells. And then, it will result to abnormal cells. Okay, so there might be possibility class of tumor, no? Okay, so it will result for the possibility of tumor in the pancreas. Okay. And then, there might be inflammation also. So, maaring mamamaga, guys. There will be inflammation and possibility of increased enzyme secretion. So, there will be stimulation of the enzyme. No? Okay. So, of course, what are the enzyme, guys? Okay, if we can remember what we have discussed earlier. So, we have your amylase. Okay. We have your lipase. Okay. And we have your trypsin. So, these are the secretion. So, guys, if you have inflammation, if you have abnormal cells, okay, or the tumor, okay, it will cause obstruction. So, it will cause obstruction plus, okay? So, what are the possible causes of obstruction plus? Of course, we can have your, like for example, ang tumor or the inflammation there, okay? And of course, very good, the stones. Possible also ang mga stones natin, no? It can cause obstruction. So, makakos ng bara. Okay? Makakos ng pagbara in the common bile duct. Okay? So, where is the site of this, especially the stones class? Okay? So, most especially the stone, it is in the common bile duct. No? So, site, example is, we can have the common bile duct. Okay? So, if ever there is obstruction class, so yung mga enzyme na lalabas, babalik. Okay? So, I will explain this one together with a picture later on. So, there will be backflow of the pancreatic enzymes. Okay? So, backflow of the pancreas via the pancreatic duct. So, bumabalik sila, guys, because may nakabara. And then, pagbalik nila, guys, ito na. Among the three enzymes, ang swerte si trypsin. Okay? I would like to ask, question, anong po ang binibreakdown ni trypsin? Anong nutrient ang binibreakdown ni trypsin? Choices, carbohydrate, fats, or protein? Let's try the chat box. Salamat sa pagiging interactive, Sir Alexis, Sir Martin, and Ma'am Leslie. Protein. So, yeah. So, si trypsin ang swerte, guys, kasi pag backflow nila, okay, always remember, what is the building block of the cell? Okay? The building block of the cell is protein. Okay? So, si trypsin, guys, okay, pag backflow ng enzymes, ang swerte si trypsin. Okay? So, why, guys? Because si trypsin, sabihin ni trypsin, ay, bakit pa ako magpapakahirap pa doon sa GIT? Nandito naman pala ang protein. So, si trypsin class, they will be digesting the own cell. No? Okay, so always remember, ha? Okay, always remember, class, your pancreas, okay, is made up of cell. And what is the building block of the cell? So we always remember the building block of the cell, okay, is the protein. Okay? So, anong mangyari, class? That's why when you say acute pancreatitis, the problem is autodigestion of the cell. Diba? So, I would like you to highlight this one. Okay? Please highlight this one. We have your autodigestion of the cell. So, from the words of auto, that means self. Okay? Self-digestion. So, naswertihan si trypsin. Sabi ni trypsin, ay, marami nang pala dito sa pancreas. Ito na lang ang ida-digest ko. So remember, bakit i-digest niya ang pancreas? Because your pancreas is made up of cell and the building block of the cell is protein. So may protein sa pancreas natin. So that's why dinadigest niya ang sarili. Okay, so it will lead to your, it will lead now or resulting to the inflammation. More inflammation will happen, guys. So that's why we have your pancreatitis. Diba? Simplified. Ganun lang. Yes, reasonet, digesting the own cell. So, ayun, ha? Okay, yan po ating mga dapat tanda. Sir, may nagtanong, paano ba si amylase and si lipase? So, yun na nga, class, kapag ma-injured si pancreas, class, lumalabas sila. So, saan lumalabas si lipase at saka si amylase? Pupunta sa blood. That's why, pag mataas sa blood, that means pancreatic injury. Okay. So, ganun lang. That is the pathophysiology. Okay. So, para mas maintindihan nyo pa, guys, we have a picture. So, here we go. So, gawa natin ang pathophysiology together, class, with the picture. Okay. So, ayan. Yan, thank you so much sa mga nandito sa loob ng masterclass. Okay, so what will happen? Like for example, guys, if nasira si pancreas, there is inflammation of pancreas, or kapag may stones dito sa common bile duct, again, this is now the pathophysiology. So if ang patient natin is eating, okay, bread, okay, carbohydrates, protein, so meat or something like that, guys, at marami mga beans, or the fats, guys, kain tayo ng mga internal organs, so we have your fats. So, di ba normally lalabas na yung mga enzyme? Paglabas ng enzymes, plus, okay, ma-obstructed man sa stones. Or kapag mayroong tumor in the pancreas, ma-obstruct plus manaro ang pancreatic duct because ma-obstruct sa mga tumor or the inflammation. So, yung mga enzymes is mag-backflow dito. Babalik sila, guys. Okay? At sa pagbalik nila, sinong naswertihan? Sabi ni Trypsin, huy, marami naman palang protein dito. That's why, dinadigest niya ang sarili. Parang kinakain at dinadigest ang sarili. So, autodigestion is the problem. Naku ha? So that's why, guys. Okay, let's proceed. Proceed, ha? Okay. So, by the way, this is your pancreas. Again, this is already the inflamed pancreas. No? Okay, so this is the duodenum. This is your pancreatic duct. This is a pancreatic duct. And then this is a common bile duct. So there is a stone or gallstone there plus that is obstructing. Okay, now, how do we know, sir, that this is pancreatitis? Okay, first and foremost, the priority sign and symptom is pain. Okay, so the question is, where is the pain, ma'am, sir? So the pain plus could be in the mid, okay, epigastric region. Okay, the site is sorry, wrong spelling. Okay, so we have your mid epigastric area. Okay, mid epigastric. Or plus it could be on the left side. Okay, it could be in the left side. Kasi yung pancreatitis is going left, no? Papuntang stomach banda ang site. But very common class is the mid epigastric. Okay? And what kind of pain is that one? Okay? Your pain in pancreatitis, guys. Okay? Although wala man tayong pancreatitis, no? Pero ang sabi ni Brunner and Sudart, severe. Severe pain. Unrelenting pain. Okay? So, severe unrelenting. So, patuloy na patuloy ang pain, guys. It's unrelieved by antacid. Unrelieved by antacid. Okay? Yes, digesting also mid, severe. Very good, Ma'am Rizanet. It is mid epigastric pain or it could be left, but more common in epigastric, but it could be on the left side. It's a severe pain. Okay? And then we know that this is pancreatitis class. Where is the radiation? Where is the radiation? There? Yes, very good, sir. Who is this one? Sir Martin and Ma'am Rizanet. The very active in the master class. Thank you so much. Huh? Okay, patuloy lang. So, on the back. Okay? So, that is radiating to the back. So, I would like you to highlight this one also. Okay? So, please highlight. So, radiation to the back. So, mid epigastric pain, radiating to the back. Pag ganyan class, wala nang iba. Pancreatitis na po yan. And it is a severe pain. Okay? And then, this is usually common. The pain is common after a heavy meal. Okay? Especially, plus what kind of meal, guys? Okay? Especially the high in fat na mga meal. Okay? So, for example, the miesta ka. So, if you went to a fiesta in the barrio, then you go house to house and eating lots and lots of fat. So, plus drinking of a fiesta talaga, no? Drinking alcohol. That is the recipe for pancreatitis in the future kapag palagi, no? Okay. And the next one is unrelieved by antacid. Okay? That is unrelieved by antacid. So, guys, if you have your highlighter, guys, okay? So, please highlight this one. Highlight that one. Mid epigastric pain or left pain, unrelenting, severe, radiating to the back. Okay? Radiating to the back. All right. Now, how about class number 2? Another sign and symptom class or guys or nurses is nausea and vomiting. So, this is really accompanied by nausea and vomiting. Okay? And how do you describe the emesis here, class? Okay? So, the emesis is originally gastric, no? Okay, so gastric. Okay, originally. And of course, it could be bile stain. So, emesis is ang suka. Di ba? Ang suka. So, gastric originally or bile stained. Okay? And guys, of course, if you are vomiting, guys, okay, your patient is high risk for what kind of nursing diagnosis? So, we have your fluid and electrolyte imbalance, no? Okay, so for a while, guys. Okay. So, if you will be asked in the exam, we have your fluid volume. Okay, this could be the nursing diagnosis right now. Fluid volume deficit. Okay, fluid volume deficit. But of course, if you will be asked what is the priority, we have the pain. Okay, pain ang priority natin, guys. But okay, hindi malayo plus na magka-fluid volume deficit si patient because sometimes tinatanong din yan, what could be the nursing diagnosis? So if there's no pain, okay, so this could be the answer. Okay, fluid volume deficit. So there is also high risk for dehydration, for fluid and electrolyte imbalances. Okay, so I think I need to highlight this one also as the nursing diagnosis class. Okay, nursing diagnosis, guys. Okay, very good. Okay, fluid volume deficit. Okay, and next one, class. Here we go. Another sign, class, is you have your bluish or purplish discoloration. Okay, bruises, or in the medical term, this is termed as your ecchymosis. Okay? This is termed as your ecchymosis class. So, mga pasa-pasa. Okay? So, by the way, this could be a sign, okay? Or this could indicate, guys, bleeding, no? Or severe pancreatitis. So, if you are going to read the Brunner as Dart, this could indicate severe pancreatitis. Or this could indicate bleeding. Okay? I'm sorry for medyo lumiit ang handwriting ni sir. Severe pancreatitis or bleeding. Okay, now the question is, this is a very common board exam question. So I would like you to highlight this one. If the bluish or purplish discoloration is in the flank area, okay, sa likod, flank area, what is the term? May, tingnan ko, guys, kasi sinishare ko dito sa FB, guys. Baka may nanood sa FB tapos sumasagot-sagot doon sa FB Live natin. Again, for those who are watching in the FB Live, okay, shout out to you all. I cannot see your comment there. So comment in the comment section if you are also answering. Okay, shout out there in the FB Live, no? Okay, but of course, nandito na sila si Ma'am. May mga answer na dito sa loob ng ating masterclass. Yes, okay, the answer. Wow, very good, Joanna. Oh, we have Ma'am Joanna. Sir Wilson. Okay, very good. And who else? Martin. Okay, Reasonet. Wilson. Shout out sa ating mga estudyante na nasa loob. So, it's your great Turner sign. Okay? So, it's great Turner sign. So, sometimes, guys, para hindi ko makalimutan talaga, guys, di ba? I've been in the nursing industry as a nurse educator for 19 years. So, I always hear this one, Turner. Para turn around. So, nasa likod. Pag ang mga bluish or ang mga bruises or parang pasa-pasa or bluish or purplish discoloration, guys, is nasa likod. Turners. Diba? Great Turners. Diba may kanta yan? Turn around. I don't know the lyrics, guys. Okay. Now, how about next question? How about if in the peri-umbilical area? How about if in the peri-umbilical area? What's the term? Mga term natin dito, mga kapatid. Okay, bet. Tingnan ko muna sa FB Live, guys, kung what you call this one, kung may mga sumasagot-sagot ba doon. Okay. Wait lang. Sa akin. Kasi sinishare ko eh. Wala pa. Okay, wala naman, no? Pero anyway, what's the answer? If the bluish discoloration class is on the peri-umbilical area. Tingnan natin ang mga dito sa loob. Yes, very good. Stephanie Fernandez. Congratulations, Wilson. Sir Alexis. Okay. And we have Sir Martin, Rizanet, Shelly. Okay. Congratulations, guys. That's true. Okay, that is your Cullen sign. So this is your Cullen sign, guys. So by the way, guys, I would like you to highlight this one. Okay, so please highlight. Okay, so please highlight these things. Okay, so Kayo guys, if ever nagsusulat, alam ko nagsusulat yung nasa loob ng masterclass natin. Okay, sige, pakisulat. Okay? So, yung hindi magsulat, wag tamad-tamad dyan. Alam ko naman pag screenshot, hindi nabasa. At least isulat natin para at least guys, may retention naman. No? Okay, may konting retention naman. So again, these are your ecchymosis or the bruises class. So if on the flank area or sa likod, okay, so flank, it is on the back class. So we are talking about flank area, the area of the kidney. Okay, so this is referring to the back area. Okay, gray turners. And if periumbilical area, colons. Colon sign. Okay, colon sign. So done. Okay, now how about next, sir? What else pa, sir? Okay. So by the way, guys, for of course, soon if magte-take kayo ng NCLEX, so sometimes sa NCLEX naman, guys, is tinatanong yan, saan ang area? Okay, so this is the area, the epigastric region. So between the umbilicus and the xiphoid process. So that is your epigastric, no? The epigastric area po natin, guys. Okay, so yun. Now, how about next? Let's proceed to the next one. Oy, may mga nag-comment na sa Facebook. Tingnan natin, guys. Okay, yeah, I enjoy learning. Good evening, everyone. North Gabi. Okay, shout out. Watching from Baguio, AJ Joy and AJ Manis. Happy learning. Di ba? Happy lang. Okay, now let's proceed, guys. Additional. So, by the way, this is your gray turner, which is on the back area. And the colon sign is in the periumbilical area. Okay, now, how about next, sir? Okay, signs of fat malabsorption. So, what are the signs of fat malabsorption? So, of course, guys, since ang fat, di ba, kailangan ng lipase para ma-break down si fats and then magiging lipids, ma-absorb sa blood. So, pag walang lipase, so si fat, hindi ma-absorb. Okay? So, saan si fats? So, si fat sasama sa tae. So, anong itsura ng tae natin? Or what's the term if there is fat in the stool? Okay? What is the term kapag may fat in the stool, guys? All right. Okay, pag may fat in the stool, steatorrhea. Okay, so the fat in stool. But sometimes, guys, how is it as in the body? The characteristic of the stool. So it is bulky and foul-smelling. Okay, foul-smelling stool. Then, of course, we have your pale. Sometimes ganon. And we have also flatulence, no? So, if hindi pala ma-absorb si fat, guys, mag-flatulence din pala tayo, guys. Okay, and of course, we have your fever, no? So, the fever class, it could be brought about by the injury. Okay, so, your fever is related to the injury. And of course, we have the inflammation. Okay, so what is RT? RT means related to. Related to the inflammation and related to your injury. Okay, so by the way, I would also like to highlight, guys. Okay, so yung mga pinapa-highlight ko, guys, those are the must-know, okay, of nursing. So not only in the local board, of course, maghabitin nyo to sa NCLEX, guys. So we have to take note of this one. Okay, foul-smelling, bulky stool. Okay, pale stool. So that's steatorrhea. Now let's proceed. Okay. By the way, guys, before we'll go to the diagnostic test. Okay, so diagnostic test, after diagnostic test, nursing management na. Okay, there is a sample question here. Okay, a client is admitted to the hospital with a suspected diagnosis of acute pancreatitis is being assessed by the nurse. Okay, which assessment finding would be consistent with acute pancreatitis? Select all that apply. Okay. Yeah, tingnan natin dito sa chat box, guys. Yes, very good. Masebo, very good, Ma'am Leslie. Steatorrhea, very good, Ma'am Stephanie and Cheryl. Okay, congratulations na. Okay, Sir Alexis and Shelly. Leslie, Steatorrhea, Sir Martin. Okay. So, guys, question, guys. Try to answer. Select all that apply. Yay. Which assessment finding would be consistent with acute pancreatitis? So I will give you time. Okay, 30 seconds. Okay. Okay, so, yeah, tingnan natin, Okay, so yung mga nasa live din, guys, sagot din kayo. Okay, put it on the comment section. Okay, you can also answer. Okay, the first, okay, diarrhea. Okay, your diarrhea is not related, guys. Okay, this is how we rationalize. Okay, so diarrhea is not related. Black tarry stool is melena. Okay, your melena class is a sign and symptom of upper GI bleeding. Okay, we have your upper GI bleeding. So, like for example, class peptic ulcer disease. Okay, so we have your gastric ulcer. Hyperactive bowel sound. No, this is also not related, guys. Okay, how about the gray-blue color at the flank area? Correct. Okay, so this is your gray Turner. How about abdominal guarding and tenderness? Okay, the other term for pain is tenderness. So usually, guys, if you have pain class, okay, you are guarding, di ba? Aray. So this is correct. This is correct. How about left upper quadrant pain with radiation to the back? Okay, this could also be. Okay. Hello, sir, left upper quadrant, sir? Yeah, yeah. Okay, but although the most common site is mid-epigastric, but it can run through the left because remember, your pancreas is going there, di ba? There is the tail of the pancreas. So that could also be left upper quadrant pain with radiation to the back. So especially this one. So this is the one that is signaling or indicating that this is really acute pancreatitis. Did you get the correct answer? So time to shout out or time to acknowledge who got the correct answer. Okay, Ma'am Stephanie, okay, yes, correct. Although you lack one, that's okay, Ma'am Lorelie. Okay, Sir Martin, sumobra ng isa. It's okay. And Reasonet. Okay, very good. There, who got the correct Reasonet, Sir Martin. We have Leslie. Congratulations. Okay, congratulations, guys. Okay, so that is abdominal guarding. Abdominal guarding is something like that. If you have pain, okay, and tenderness is pain. Okay, tenderness is pain. So this is a rational, guys. Okay, let's have this one. Grayish blue discoloration at the flank is known as gray Turner sign and occurs as a result of pancreatic enzyme leakage to the cutaneous tissue from the peritoneal cavity. Okay, so that could also mean bleeding. The client may demonstrate abdominal guarding and may complain of tenderness with palpation, and the pain associated with acute pancreatitis is often sudden. That is sudden in onset and is located on the epigastric region or the left upper quadrant. Okay, but of course, very, very common with the epigastric region or the mid-epigastric region. Okay, the other options are incorrect, guys. So, hindi kasali si diarrhea and the hyperactive bowel sounds, no? Okay, now next one. Diagnostic test. Okay, so guys, so may nagtanong kanina, anong mangyari kay amylase and lipase, sir? So, if you have the damage to the pancreas, we have your serum amylase and lipase, they will increase, okay? They will increase in the blood. Okay, so normal is we have your 25 to 150 IU per L. Okay, so what will be the result here? These are increased, no? So increase in the blood. Okay? So pag increase in the blood, sir, what does it mean, sir? So this indicates, okay, indicates pancreatic injury. Okay? We have your pancreatic injury. So, of course, is there injury in the pancreas? Yes. So, the injury there. And, of course, class, your serum amylase class, it returns to normal after 2 to 3 days. Okay? It will go down. Okay, so, again, so that means, class, pag nakikita natin si amylase, if your amylase is increased in the blood, that means your pancreas is injured. That's why they are released into the blood. Okay? Same like with the heart. If the heart cells are injured, the troponin, the CPKMB, the LDH will go into the blood. Okay. And then next one, serum lipase. So these are very important, guys. So you have to highlight these two here. These are two very important common diagnostic exam. And normal is 10 to 140. By the way, guys, the normal value, it may vary from book to book. Okay, iba-iba mga libro natin, guys. And the result, okay, still the same. It is also increased in the blood. Okay, sir, how about si trypsin? Si trypsin nag-enjoy na. Nag-enjoy na sa pag-digest sa sariling cells. So that's why nasira si pancreas because they na-digest ang sarili. They are digesting their own self. So guys, here si lipase and si amylase ang hindi sinuwerte. So they will go into the blood, no? Increase in the blood. So again, this is positive for injury. Okay, that means there is injury in the pancreas. So these two here are the two important things to remember. Okay? So ayan. So guys, if you want to copy. But guys, permission to drink my coffee, guys, ha? I have this iPass mag. Thank you, Ma'am Rachel. Okay, now how about letter C? Okay, let's go to letter C. Ay, by the way, before we go to letter C, guys, your serum lipase, the good thing about serum lipase, it remains elevated, no, in 7 to 14 days. So, for example, if the patient has the pain class 3 days ago or 4 days ago, so the lipase will be the one that will be checked. Okay? Because the amylase could return to normal in 2 to 3 days. And plus, the increase, guys, is very, very, what do you call this one? It's very, very ominous or kitang-kita because 3 times higher ang increase natin. Okay? With the normal value. Okay? Especially pag acute pancreatitis. Okay? So, again, we are talking about acute pancreatitis here, guys, ha? Okay. Now, how about next, guys? Okay? So, guys, remain elevated to serum lipase is 7 to 14. Same here, 3 times also. According to Brunner and Sudart, no? 3 times higher, especially in acute pancreatitis. All right. Okay? So, very good, very good, very good. Okay, positive injury. Very good, Ma'am Rizanet. So, that means positive for injury, guys. Okay, now, apart from this, what are the other, okay, that may be increased in the blood? So, these are the two major, okay? Now, the other, guys, is you have your WBC. Okay, so, of course, normal, we know that the normal is 5,000, okay, to 11,000. Okay, we have your cells, okay, per MM3. Okay, so, guys, how about the result? Of course, increased WBC. So, this could be because of the inflammation. Okay? Because of the inflammation. So, that's why we have your WBC are increased because there might be infection. Well, one of the lesser risk factor is the bacterial and the viral infection. And the serum calcium class, normally it is 9 to 11 AMG per DL. Okay, and the result is hypocalcemia. Okay, hypocalcemia. But these are not very, very commonly asked question as your amylase and lipase. And the serum bilirubin, okay, it will be result, okay, increase. Okay, so there might be jaundice, yeah, but it may or may not occur. Okay, may or may not occur. So again, the important things, guys, is the A and B. Okay, the amylase and the lipase are the two important things to remember. Okay, so these are all in the blood, no? These are all the blood tests, okay? Or these are the blood tests that we can have in pancreatitis, guys. So again, the two important things to remember is your amylase and lipase. Okay, now, aside from this, guys, what else are we going to check? Okay, we can have your number 2 imaging studies. So letter A is ultrasound and letter B is CT scan. So guys, I will just make it clear and simple. The result here, class, is increased in pancreatic size. Okay? Increase in pancreatic size because we all know there is inflammation. Increase in pancreatic size or, guys, enlargement. No? Or sometimes in your exam, there is sinasabi na increase in diameter of the pancreas. So, especially the ultrasound, the CT scan, okay? You can have that one. Ang X-ray, guys, ginagamit yun, guys, to check also if there are complications already. Like, it involves the lungs, okay? So, we can have the X-ray. Okay. But for now, we have ultrasound. So, write in your notes, you have ultrasound, and we have your CT scan. So, please, please, please. Okay, right, everyone? Okay, those are some of the important things to remember. Ladies and gentlemen, so again, tingnan natin, guys, kung mayroon bang mga nanonood pa. Okay, so especially in our No guys, so good evening, future RN. Please join discussion and win GCash prize after the masterclass. Oh, by the way, before I forget, okay, we have a raffle, guys, after this one. So join in, tune in. Di pa huli ang pag-tune in natin, guys. Okay? Ma'am Rachel will be having her presentation after this. Okay, so guys, number 3, endoscopic retrograde cholangiopancreatography. My God. This is a very hard one. But guys, according to Brunner and Sudart, or according to our source, this is rarely used. But this is endoscope plus the dye plus the x-ray. Okay, so it visualizes class if there are, like for example, stones, okay, obstruction, especially stones, obstruction, nurses, or guys, if also visualize if there is inflammation, okay, if there are inflammation. Okay, so we have your ESRP. Yes, positive inflammation. Kasi yun naman talaga, no? Ang ano natin, guys. So, again, rarely use the ERCP. Okay, but I think it also came out in one of the board exam sa PNLE. Okay, rarely use. So, we have to use an endoscope. So, this is the endoscope. Then, dye. So, to check, guys, if there is obstruction, because the dye will stop if there is obstruction. Okay, and visualization. Okay, now, so after this is the most important thing. Okay, by the way, this is another example of your ERCP. So this is the endoscope. So it is inserted here. So going up to here. Then it check, guys, so visualize. Okay, now, for the nursing management. Okay, guys, what is the number 1 sign and symptom of your pancreatitis? What is the number 1 sign and symptom of pancreatitis? The pain. Yeah, so that's why, class, your first goal, okay, this is now part of the ADPI, this is now the plan or the goal. The first goal is to relieve the pain. Or kapag hindi kaya ma-relieve ang pain, to minimize, no? Okay, the pain. So, how, sir? Rule number 1, narcotics. Okay? So, we have your narcotics, guys. Okay. So, before, it is meperidine. Okay? It is meperidine, class, before, because morphine was thought to cause spasm of the sphincter of Oddi. So, ang morphine hindi yan binibigay before. Okay. But there's a new update right now. Diba? May update, guys. Of course, we need to update. We need to upgrade ourselves. So, according to the update, okay, we can have the morphine right now. Okay? We can have the morphine right now because your Demerol class has a metabolite that can cause seizure. You see, yan si Demerol. So, old version, Demerol. Okay? But the new update right now is morphine or hydromorphone. Okay? Mga ganun class or ano ng morphine natin. Okay? So, again, this is now the latest or the updated version. Kasi hindi daw napatunayan na makakause spasm ang morphine. So, if you encounter questions such as, why are we not going to give morphine? These questions are made before 2010. Ganun na question, guys. Okay, so ngayon, guys, this is already the update. Morphine right now. Okay? Morphine, or if there's no morphine class, we have your hydro. Okay? Morphone. Okay. So, the old version is Demerol. So, we can give narcotics because, guys, remember, when you go back class, it is a severe pain. Yes, immunosuppressant. Yes. Fentanyl, you can also have fentanyl, Sir Wilson. Okay, so morphine. Okay. Now, how about next, number 2? Second, nursing management, NPO. Okay. So, by the way, guys, I would like you to highlight this one, class. Please highlight. Okay. So, second is NPO. Why NPO, sir? Because, remember, kapag kakain ka, doon masimulate ang mga enzymes. Diba? Okay. So, pag kumakain ka, okay, pancreas, work hard. Okay, i-release ang mga enzymes. I-release ang amylase, ang trypsin, ang lipase. So, why NPO? Okay, especially if acute, guys. I would like you to highlight this one, class. Especially if acute, NPO talaga yan. Why? This is to rest the pancreas. Okay? Para makapagpahinga si pancreas, to rest the pancreas, guys. Because the more na kumakain ka, the more that the pancreas will be secreting, no? The enzymes. Mas stimulate man si pancreas kapag kumakain ka. So, NPO na if acute pancreatitis. Okay. And next one is TPN. Okay, so sir, paano na yan sir pag hindi kakain sir? So that's why we have your TPN. No? Total parenteral nutrition. Okay. So of course, the total parenteral nutrition class direct. Okay. Direct to the blood or to the veins. So it is containing class positive for glucose. Okay. Amino acid. And we have your lipids. Okay. And sometimes you have your fluids and electrolytes. And even the vitamins and minerals. Nandyan sa total parenteral nutrition. Okay. We can also have IV. Okay. Pwede rin tayo sa IV, guys. Okay. I-IV natin dextrose, no? Okay. So it's either IV or TPN. And then, of course, bed rest. So this also one way, guys, to... Okay, this is also one way, guys, to relieve the pain. Okay, so have your bed rest. So now the question is, what is the position of comfort natin if you have abdominal pain? So pag masakit ang tiyan, anong position of comfort? Tingnan natin sa chat box. Okay, very good, Sir Martin and Ma'am Rizanet. Okay, your answer is knee chest, no? Okay, knee chest position. Ayan. So your knee chest. Or guys, if there's no knee chest position, guys, you can answer, guys, knees that are up to the chest. Okay? Or the legs are drawn to the chest. Okay? So again, sometimes, guys, ang words na ginagamit in your exam is knee or the legs, okay, are drawn. Okay? Are drawn to the chest. Okay? Di ba pag masakit, guys, mangilipit ka sa sakit. Aray! Ganon ka talaga, diba? Aray! Walang sumasakit ang tiyan na nakaganon. Aray! Di ba? Pag masakit ang tiyan, ganon ka talaga. Aray! That is abdominal guarding as the knee chest. Okay, so by the way, guys, I would like you to highlight this one. Okay, please highlight. And another one, very important thing to remember, avoid alcohol and coffee. Avoid alcohol and coffee. Okay, so very good. So avoid that one, X, X. And next, guys, we have your diet. So if the symptoms subside, it is gradually introduced. Okay, so what is our diet here, class? So the very important thing is we have to decrease the fat. Okay, decrease the protein. Okay, now increase the carbohydrate. So si carbohydrate ang increase class. But I think the most important thing here is we have to decrease the fat. Okay? So iwasan na ang mga pagkain ng ganito. I will give example, class. So gravy is high in fat. Steak. We have your pastries are high in fat because of the egg. Diba? The egg yolk is high in fat plus your whole milk is high in fat. Those are the ingredients of the pastries. So take note of the ingredients also, guys. So of course, these are more example. We have your fried foods. Oh my goodness. Nagugutom na tayo. So these are high in fat fried foods, especially if the oil in the fast foods are pinaulit-ulit lang ang mga oil. We have your chicken joy. And guys, do not forget, one of the highest in fat is the internal organs. So those menu with internal organs, so in the Philippines, we have sisig, plus the sisig, may egg yolk pa talaga yan. Nilagyan ng egg. So egg yolk is high in fat, plus the sisig, the liver, the brain, pig brain, plus among the internal organs, pig brain is the highest in fat. So you have to be careful, no? Okay, so gravy, if there is chicken liver sa mga gravy natin. Okay, so pastries, those are some of the example, guys. So, in Luzon, we have dinakdakan. Yan ang paborito ko, guys. May miss ko yung dinakdakan. Okay. So, have chicken skin, the crab. Okay, yung tinatawag nilang putok-batok. Diba? Pag si Jessica Soho ang mga noas, putok-batok. Pagkain. Okay. And of course, guys, okay, we have on the last one. Okay. Nasogastric suctioning. Okay, so the purpose of the nasogastric suctioning is to remove the gastric secretion and to relieve abdominal distension. Para ma-relieve ang abdominal distension. Okay. Yes, the protein, the red meat. Okay. Steak, fat. Okay, internal organs, very good, Ma'am Rizanette, no? So protein, we have the red meat, guys. Okay, so take note of all these things, no? Those are the very important things. So internal organs talaga, guys. Okay? So mga, kung sa Bisaya pa in Cebu, we have it in Cebu, we have pungko-pungko, chicharong bulaklak. In Cebu, it is ginabot. But that is chicharong bulaklak para magkakaintindihan tayo. So those are high in fat, no? Okay. And the next one, class, is, sir, what are the drugs to be given, sir? So some of the drugs to be given here is, of course, we have antispasmodic, okay? For the antispasmodic, guys, we have your propantillin. Okay, so we have your propantillin. Okay, so what is the action? Of course, this is to decrease spasm, okay, of the pancreas or the pancreatic duct spasm, and it decreases the pain. And another one, guys, since your pancreas is damaged, so we have your pancrease, okay? So your pancreas is the synthetic, okay, synthetic enzyme. So what is the action of the drug? So it helps, okay, helps digest or break down, okay, break down nila si carbohydrate, si protein, and of course si fats. Okay, so synthetic na, di ba? Ang natural is yung mga enzymes talaga sa pancreas. But since nasira si pancreas, okay, we have the synthetic enzyme. And the very important thing to remember here is with food, guys. Okay, so highlight is one. So we have with food. So yun po ang mga dapat tandaan natin. Okay, so again, we have your with food. Okay, so isama na sa pagkain si pancreas. Okay, and another thing, very good question. Sir, what is the sign of effectiveness of the pancreas? Anong sign effective si pancreas? Okay, the answer, class, is absence of steatorrhea. There is absence, okay, of steatorrhea or negative steatorrhea. Okay, meaning na-absorb na si fats. Okay, kasi we have pancreas already. Okay, so we have the synthetic na lipase already. So that is your one of the drug. Okay, so ganun lang. Okay, ganun lang kasimple, guys. Okay, by the way, guys, how about number 2, sir? So we all know that the pancreas is in the epigastric area. It might compress the diaphragm. Okay, so pag lumalaki si pancreas, maipit niya si diaphragm. So the second goal natin is we have to improve the respiratory function. Okay, we're almost there. Last 2 slides na lang po, mga kapatid. So assessment. Okay, what should you assess, guys? So we have your O2 sat. Okay, O2 sat by the use of course, the pulse oximeter. Okay, and we have your what else pa? O2 sat, and we can also have the ABG. And of course, the vital signs RR to check if the patient is having difficulty of breathing. So the positioning, class, is we can have your Fowler's position. Fowler's position. And the next one is we have your frequent repositioning. Turn the patient side to side, okay, or frequent turning of the patient. Okay, so usually, class, every 2 hours, Q2, or 2 to 4. Okay, and DBCE. Ano ba yung DBCE na yan, sir? So, of course, deep breathing and coughing exercise. No? Okay, deep breathing and coughing exercise. So, why are we doing this, guys? Because one of the common complication of your acute pancreatitis is ARDS, no? Acute respiratory distress syndrome. That's one of the complication. So again, what is DBCE? Baka yung mga followers natin dyan or ano, guys? So ano yung DBCE, sir? So this is your deep breathing. Okay? You have your deep breathing and coughing exercise. Okay, so this is to prevent atelectasis or something like that, to promote lung expansion. Okay, so the deep breathing, class, is for the lung expansion. Okay, and of course, coughing exercise. Okay, para ano yung mga secretions natin. Okay, so copy, everyone. Okay, so please copy, everyone. And we'll go to the last slide. Guys, before anything else, I would like to say that your pancreatitis is an emergency or a medical emergency. Why? because of this possibility, guys, na mga complication. What are the complications? Of course, hypergly, because apart from the GIT function of the pancreas, pancreas also is functioning plus in the production of the insulin, right? So if the pancreas is damaged, the insulin cannot be produced, so resulting to hyperglycemia. So it can result to DM in the long run. So that's why we need to check the blood glucose talaga if you have pancreatitis. Okay. Number 2 is hypovolemia. Hypovolemia, decreased volume of the blood. It could be because of the leakage of the fluid from the blood, then going to the interstitial space. And guys, it can result to, R means resulting to shock. So, of course, we have the term hypovolemic shock. Okay? So that's why this is really a medical emergency. Acute pancreatitis is a medical emergency. And we have your hypocalcemia. Okay? And ARDS. Okay? Your ARDS is acute respiratory distress syndrome. Okay? Acute respiratory distress syndrome. Because again, guys, your pancreas is proximal to the diaphragm. No? So, pwede yang maipit ang diaphragm natin. Okay? So, that's why it can lead to ARDS and sepsis. Okay? So, generalized infection. Okay? So, for example, if the inflammation, yung mga toxins kasi pumunta sa mga peritoneal cavity natin, okay, nag-spread ang mga bacteria or ang mga toxins, guys, it can lead to sepsis. Okay? That's why, before we will end this one class, we have nursing alert. That's why your pancreatitis is a medical emergency because of this life-threatening complication. So we have to monitor this complication, guys. Okay? So I think that's it for now. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Okay, salamat sa mga, yes, type 1 DM, respiratory distress. Tama, Ma'am Rizanet, Ma'am Leslie. Okay, pabalik sa slide, sir. Who is one?